Hello, my name is Luis Artigas. I am currently in Caracas, Venezuela, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Today I want to show you how to use the EQ in Cubase 5. There are several ways to go around doing that. One of the most obvious would be to having your track selected, head over to the left to the inspector panel and click on the edit channel settings, which is this E over here, and a graphical user interface opens. So here we can see we have 4 bands of EQ. So if we wanted to set up our EQ similar to an analog mixing board, we would have to take into account that Cubase EQ only has 4 nodes. So starting with the lowest frequencies, we can see that when we turn on this node, this button over here, we have some controls. First one of them being the band gain, then the band frequency, and then the band Q factor, or the shape of the curve. And here we have this text that reads low shelf 2. If we click on that, some options pop up. These are presets. So basically, at these frequencies, we would be concerned mostly with low shelf and high pass. The difference between low shelf and high pass is that low shelf high pass completely kills whatever's below the frequency it's set at, and low shelf attenuates but does not completely kill whatever is below the frequency it's set at. So let's say that, for instance, we have some vocals. We would use a high pass because we probably do not want anything below maybe 30 Hertz. So that's how we apply a high pass, and we can set that at 30 Hertz. So moving on, we would have what would be our low mid-range EQ. So we turn that on, and we could apply that anywhere between 100 and 2K. So we could leave that at around 800, and here we have our gain, and we could boost that up to 24 decibels, but it's not recommendable to raise that above 6 decibels. Or we could cut that, and we could cut a lot more than 6 decibels. We could cut as much as we wish. It's usually better to cut than to boost. And here we have our EQ factor. We want, wide EQ, or a narrower selection, frequency selection, and that boost or cut if it's a cut. Okay, so moving on, we would have our high mid-range, which we could set anywhere between 400 Hertz and 8K. So let's leave that around 2K, and we can boost that similarly up to 24 decibels. But as we said before, we probably don't want to go above 6 decibels, but we can't cut a lot more than that. And we have a Q factor, same as all the other controls. And the last one here, we have similar presets as we did on the first node. The middle 2 nodes only have parametric type of presets, but here in the last node, the 4th node, we have high shelf and low pass, the inverse of what we had in the first node, which was low shelf and high pass. So if we had some vocals, we probably didn't want to kill whatever's above the fundamental. We could attenuate it, but not completely kill. So instead of a low pass, we could have a high shelf and attenuate that accordingly. So if we wanted to save that, we would go over here to the preset management button, and we could save that preset as, let's put Vox 2. Click OK, and if we wanted to apply that, we would go to another track, to the edit channel settings button, and here, clicking on the preset management button, click on Vox 2, and there we go, there we have it. So I would advise you to play around with the EQ, save some presets, apply that presets to different tracks, see how that works. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Cheers.